everyone, for another exciting parts 3 and 4, or the third and fourth hour of Olympus Rising. Hope everyone's enjoying their time already. I'm going to jump right over here. Pew! Hey, look at that. We made it. And I'm going to turn on Discord and we're going to make sure everybody's back. Hello, everybody.
Hey,
Welcome, Matt.
It's the Oscar show.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Well, if it were the Oscar show, I believe the Oscar would be very dead right now.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Well, Megan, Devin. Psst. Hey, guys, it's been 10 minutes. You should be back by now.
There's one.
Oh, hey, Megan.
Hi, hello.
Push to talk?
No, eating.
Oh.
That could be Will,
Megan.
though.
I haven't asked you, Megan. What do you have in your mouth today?
Currently I am eating some chips and salsa.
Oh, so good.
And that's about it, actually. Not a whole lot.
So, Matt, I'm sure that you are aware of this, seeing as you are related to her, but I found that every single time I ever talk to Megan, she's eating something. And so I have to find out every time now what she's eating.
I never noticed.
Wow, really?
That could be a computer thing and not like...
Maybe, yeah, perhaps.
It could be that there's some serious... It could be coincidental.
Yeah. Just like literally every time, though. Like every game that we play and every stream that we do, she's eating something. Always.
Okay, well...
What are you trying to say, Jordan?
Streams are always at, like, dinner time, so what am I supposed to do?
Hold on. While we're still waiting for Will and Devin to show up, let's talk about who abandoned me on Saturday. Who said, yeah, I'm off on Saturday.
Abandoned you?
I'm off on Saturday.
Did we not do all the things that I said that we were going to do?
Listen, here's what happened. Let me explain it for everybody.
Just because you want to get up with the crack of dawn to play a game doesn't mean that I want to get up with the crack of dawn to play a game.
Hey, Oscar, look, you can't hit stuff. So, she's like, hey, I'm off all day tomorrow. I was like, sweet. Let's do character creation, and then we'll play some games. And I was like, man, okay, so I'm going to set an alarm for, like, 10 o'clock just to make sure that I'm up at a reasonable hour. And so that, like, I can, like, get on and we can do the stuff and we can maybe start streaming by, like, 1. So I woke up at 10 and I sent her, what exactly did I send you? I sent you a message or, like, a thing just to let you know that I was awake.
Did she ditch you?
Yeah, so
I didn't ditch him. I didn't.
Listen, at 10:51, I sent her a tweet from Sir Scoots, and just to not be like, hey, you up yet? But be like, hey, I'm awake. So, whenever you're cool, just so you know I'm awake. Because we had this all planned out. My response was
cryptic.
My response to that message came at 2:09 p.m.
You're such a jerk. Okay, to be fair, when we had a plan, you weren't like, hey, I want to start early. Let's start at like 11. No, at no point in time did that conversation occur.
Yeah, but we had to play till midnight to get a 6-hour stream in.
So we always play till midnight anyway.
I'm just saying. Yes. So that was my experience on Saturday.
Savage.
Right, exactly. Will, Devin, you guys back yet?
Nope.
Wow. Did they die?
I don't know. That's mildly concerning, though, that they would both
anyway,
just...
That's okay. The two of you can make decisions, because I don't want to delay it any longer. So, you guys awaken in the morning. You've eaten your ration. What's the plan from here? Like, are you guys going to brave the tunnels, or are you going to investigate? Like, because remember, there's a couple of options here. Like, these tunnels are the clearest way that you have out, but they're also kind of a little bit of an unknown, right? The answer is always, as well, just to wait for Hiapo's crew to come and rescue you. I don't know how good anyone wants that option. And then, as well, you guys could just always go back and see if there was anything you missed. Spend some more time delving through the tunnels or delving through the other levels and stuff to see if there's anything that you might be able to garner from those.
I think we are plenty ready to vacate.
Yeah, I mean, I think mission accomplished, right? I mean, we wanted to shut her down, at least.
Yeah, I mean, we went back.
Them some time, right?
I think that we went above and beyond what we were tasked to do. So we secured the thing, despite having no way out. And I think that getting to the surface and then making contact with Hiapo's buddies seems like the best thing to do.
I would agree.
Lord knows when they're going to get here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I think that seems to be the most prudent thing to do.
Cool.
Agreed.
It also seems like, I mean, okay, so Fortune's on board. Gogo also wants to get the hell out, right?
Yep.
Great.
To the tunnel.
Yapo was offended when I said that we should make it to the surface, but I clarified that it was nothing against his crew.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Yapo's along for the ride at this point.
Yeah. Okay, so I think with that...
so I've been thinking a lot about how to do this. Hey, we make the decision to go through the tunnels and go up. And I think that the best way I can do it is going to be somewhat abstract, rather than design hundreds and hundreds of miles of tunnels for you guys to explore and get lost in. I think we're just going to do a simple series of rolls to see how long it's going to take you to get out, and to see if you find anything else along your path.
Nice.
So are they going to be navigation rolls?
You guys are relying on Hiapo. I think yeah. Navigation is definitely going to help here for sure. So here's the deal. Here's how I've decided that I'm going to do it. You're somewhat relying on Hiapo to navigate the deep, dark tunnels. That's kind of his thing. That's kind of his job, which is going to be survival rolls from him. And so he's good at that. Like, that's a thing that he is good at. Each one of you could choose to assist him in whatever way you think is best suited for your character on any given day. Whether it be navigation from Gogo, whether it be, maybe some forward scouting from Oscar, whatever that may be, using some of your, like, maybe Boomer can use his tech, his Pip-Boy to help navigate, or help, like, at least discern what type of rocks are, so they know kind of what level you're on, that kind of stuff. And so one of you can choose per role that I'm going to make in just a second, to assist him in his survival role. Secondarily, for each day that you guys are going to spend in the tunnels, I'm going to have everybody roll me a luck save. Just to see if you come across anything that might be beneficial, might help you survive longer. Maybe one of you rolls, maybe a lot of you. It's going to be based on how many successes there are, not if one of you gets a success or not. Okay. It's going to be kind of a range. So, like, 2 successes and 2 failures is going to be a good thing, but, all failures is going to be a bad thing. 1 success and 3 failures is going to be you might find a single ration, or, like, you might find that you can eat this type of moss, and that will sustain you guys for the day. But then, like, 3 successes or even 4 successes is going to be, like, a massive boon, like, cut off, automatically add bonuses to a roll or stuff like that. So we're going to do it kind of really quickly here, because I didn't want to go through the monotony of trying to, escape the tunnels. I'll note that I didn't ask for anything yet. Fortune.
Bank that.
So, in the explanatory phase here. Will, are you back?
Yes. I was just warming up. So
he also has food in his mouth. Will, did you hear all of that?
Yes.
Okay. So, who would like to assist Hiapo first with whatever skill they want to assist him with?
I can with my wonderful sense of just
Navigation.
general.
Yeah. Burn those rerolls while we still have them.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
Absolutely. Sure. So go ahead and roll a navigation check. On an 8+, he'll get a +1 to his roll. And again, it's just how much distance you're going to travel. I have like a base number of like successes or numbers in mind for when he succeeds enough.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. So he's going to get a +1 to his first survival roll. Based on intelligence, assisted by 1. Okay, so he rolls a 7. So you guys make steady progress throughout the first day. Now, fortunately listening, now everybody roll me a luck saving throw, and we'll see. Hey, look at that. Oscar passed. Go failed.
Ooh.
2 failed.
God damn it. So close.
All right. Nice.
Yeah.
So 2 successes.
Wow.
2 successes
19
is great. It's a great
19
thing.
now.
So I think that as you guys are traveling throughout your first day, you make very good headway, and be it perhaps the threat that was lurking behind you or the leftover adrenaline from the day before, I think you guys can make up some time. And I'll just give Hiapo an additional +1 on his next survival roll for that. However, everybody's going to consume an additional ration for day 2. And for those of you that don't have rations, you can borrow from your buddy, or borrow from a friend, or borrow from Hiapo.
I probably ask Ayapo, hey, you got an extra ration?
Yeah, and I think that he certainly does. And will certainly.
I go over to Oscar.
he
Please,
remembers
sir.
that.
No, I have
Sir,
one
I
left.
have
I'm
another.
gonna have some more.
I have one magic TL5 ration left.
And Boomer's batting his pretty blue eyes.
Please, sir. Sir, have mercy.
Which is to say that I have no other rations, excluding that.
Yeah. Go. How are you looking on the ration front there?
I just ate one, and now I have 2.
Okay.
Oh, I have one left, and it's that one.
So I can give you 1, Boomer.
No. I'm gonna. No, I've already eaten one from Gogo. I'm gonna go to Hayapo.
Okay, so you're going to take one from Hiapo as well? Okay. All right. Hiapo still has a fairly big store of stuff in his big old pack.
It's like Santa.
He is like Santa. That's basically correct.
Hawaiian Santa.
Hawaiian Santa.
Yeah, he's Hawaiian Santa. That seems good. Seems great. So you guys still have quite a few days on him. Who else? Gogo, are you going to assist on the second day as well, or is somebody else going to jump in with their roles? How's it
I was
work?
gonna.
Sure. Why not? Unless
Actually-
anybody else wants to go.
I have a Navcom, which gives me a static +2.
It does.
Nice. Give your roll.
Okay, well then I won't do anything.
You're on
You can
Overwatch.
be Next. You've
Yeah.
been here for a while.
Well, I'm using my athletics to have a higher vantage point.
Sure. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
So yeah, he's gonna get even an additional one on this.
So
one.
he's got a +2 today.
+2. Nice. So he rolls a 10.
Yeah.
So a 10 is enough that he's going to make up some time for sure. So he's starting to get the hang of what's going on with some technological assistance from Boomer and the previous direction from Gogo. You guys slowly begin to make what you can tell is an ascent. You can tell that you're like the pressure's a little bit lessened, the air's a little less stale. You're traveling up through these tunnels that are fairly well worn. You've definitely had some come across some like meaningful tunnels. And so for the second day, everybody go ahead and roll me a luck saving throw, and we'll see. 2 successes was really good last time. Let's see if you can keep that up.
Oh yeah.
Jordan,
Ouch.
Yeah.
Jordan, up to this point, I have been using my Horizon in order to actually map out where we're going and whatnot.
Yeah, no problem.
Ooh.
So nothing beneficial happens today. There's going to be no like additional roll, but at the rate you've been traveling, Hiapo probably judges that it's possible you may be about maybe halfway, at least in elevation, just based on his general sense of direction and knowledge of how deep he is at any point in time, because he's a professional archaeologist. So it's possible with the series of rolls you could be out of here in a couple more days. However, it is one more day that you guys will have to eat a ration.
Yep. I book a Yapo.
So, Gogo, you have one left, right?
I have 2 left.
Okay. So, but the other 3 of you do not.
Going Saint Food.
Yeah. Okay. So he has used 7 encumbrance of
Yeah.
his total of 24 that he has. So you guys still have a few days. Well, he actually's got... Do you take these 2 things back from him, Oscar? The med kit and Instapanel that you gave him at one point?
Yes. And I actually asked him for 2 rations, so I don't have to pester him again.
Sure. Yeah, you're gonna take an additional ration from him. That's fine. Just so I know I can delete those 2 items off of his encumbrance. Cool. Awesome. So, are you going to use your athletics to, scout ahead or maybe find a path that would be quicker, right? Like finding like a path that requires some athleticism to get to, and you go and you can like tie a rope to an upper tunnel or whatever?
Maybe try to see if I can't get a little higher or something, or a different vantage point to see a little differently.
Yeah, absolutely. So roll an athletics check. We'll see if you can assist him. Absolutely.
Yes?
Absolutely. That double 6. I'm going to give him an additional +1 on that. Just because that's an amazing roll.
I've seen some things, guys.
Yeah. So he actually...
All the things.
So you get up, you probably taken like a lunch break or whatever, and you're like, hey, I'm gonna go scout up, like there's a couple of good handholds here, I'm gonna see what I can see. And you get up there and you find a tunnel where you can actually see like plants are growing. They're obviously like mushrooms and stuff that don't require sunlight. But it's like another level that you've reached, and the only way to get to this place is to like get up on this ledge. And so you're able to climb your way up there, and you secure a rope and you tie it, you throw it down, and everybody kind of comes up with you. And you cut at least a day off of that nonsense.
Nice.
So fantastic, great job! Everyone, roll me a luck saving throw, and we'll see what we can.
And here we all ruined that progress.
All right.
Oh my god! Yeah, Boomer saved us.
There's a success. So Boomer, while you're navigating with your horizon, you probably see that. You probably, like, just out of curiosity, maybe pick up one of these mushrooms, and you look at it and you scan it, and you realize it's not poisonous, and you could totally eat them. So I think that for this upcoming day, the group of you won't require to eat a ration.
Yay!
49 hours lost, by the way, in case anyone was curious.
Wait, do I level since we slept for like a bajillion
Yes,
days?
Absolutely.
Yes!
Roll health.
Yes!
Yeah, and I think we're all at full health now. Well, I guess.
Oh, no, I said
Yes.
roll.
So.
Roll
Everybody would definitely be at full health.
Yes.
Go, you can roll your 4d6. I think that's what it is, right?
Wait, get a couple more bad rolls out of your system first before you do it.
I don't know. There hasn't been a good luck save yet, so. Well, there's been 2, but that's not one.
Boomer's had some great luck.
Boomer's had some good luck saves, yeah.
You are level 4 now, right, Gogo?
Oh my god!
Wow. That's
Roll 20 hates me so much recently.
I'm
reroll.
That's
Hey, I haven't used my reroll.
amazing.
You can't use it for that, unfortunately. Holy crap, that is...
See you at level 5, Gogo.
I gain levels pretty quick. It's fine.
Yeah.
Man.
Holy shit. What did you have prior to that?
9. Literally, if I rolled like literally like 3s, I would have been fine.
So, the new motto of our group is don't let anything hit Go-Go.
God.
Well, she doesn't go down. She still has more health than I do.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't go down. I stay at 9.
Yeah,
Yeah, she
right?
just stays there.
But
Yeah.
it's the
That
principle
sucks.
of the thing.
It's
Yeah,
the
that's
2 and
pretty
3
amazing.
ones of the thing.
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
Right.
Let's be honest.
Ugh.
So great news.
Hey, I told you to get some practice ones.
So great news for this day. You guys won't have to eat a ration, but the thing is, you can't just stack up on these mushrooms because there's not that many, and it requires you guys to like consume them often. They don't have as much nutrients as like your actual prepackaged rations, so you guys have to like munch on them like the whole day. So, yeah, you guys continue on down your path. But Oscar, do you have any way to help Hiapo?
I was really
Any
just
function?
waiting for people to use their rerolls. I feel like Oscar would be pretty good at scouting ahead.
Sure. Yeah.
However, that's not taking actual skill levels into into consideration. That's
Sure.
Psychic.
Yeah,
nonsense,
no,
so-
I think that probably what would we apply here? There's no like statistic checks. Roll a survival check, but I'm gonna give you a +2 on the roll because you can blink around and get to places that no one else could. With wisdom. Yeah, cool. You do assist. In his. Oops.
Oh, I didn't actually add the 2 to that. That should be a 10.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, you still assist. Fantastic. So I'm gonna roll a survival check with intelligence at a +1. Man, Hiapo's nailing it recently.
Yeah.
By the way.
MVP
Thank
here.
God.
Yeah, so I think that by the end of this day, just based on the fact that he's literally passed every single roll, on this day, you guys begin to see your first living creature that you've encountered, and it's probably like a weird coincidence because you hear this it almost sounds like a fluttering and like a little bit of a screech or squeaking noise. And the group of you probably like, you're a little jumpy maybe, and so everybody kind of like looks around, but Oscar, you're like blinking around. No, not spiders. And we did fight the Spider Queen yesterday though. That was great, by the way.
Oh my God. Please.
And Oscar, you're like blinking around and like going up, and
Sorry.
you
Gesundheit.
blink up to like a ledge to see if you can see what the thing is, and all of a sudden you just hear and you disturb a cloud of what appear to be bat-like creatures, except they're large, right? They're like maybe the size of maybe like the length of your forearm, and you disturb them and they kind of flutter away from you and they fly in a direction, and that kind of points you guys in the direction of where perhaps maybe there is some place to be. And I think that additionally, Boomer, you just get like the faintest of signal for like an instant, and then it's gone.
There would be like a cacophony of joyous sound just coming from Boomer. Just
Yeah.
yes.
So Boomer, you get that faintest signal, and like you go to show it to people, and everybody else, you don't have anything. You can't see what he's talking about. Like your compad is totally dead. What he's pointing to on the horizon, you can't see. It's still got the little. I've never understood why the symbol for the thing is like a little antenna thing with like the fucking what's the fucking old school arcade game? Invader.
Space Invaders.
Space Invaders, little Space Invader dude on top of the pole, whatever that symbol is for the signal. Yeah, it's still like X'd out, right? Like you can't see it at all. But Boomer, you're certain you saw the faintest of signals.
I start running.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you just start like sprinting in the direction.
You guys don't understand.
No, I'm, not. I would be shocked if Boomer didn't have a log of every event. Like he
Sure.
could probably whip it out and be like, no, look for one femtosecond. It was
Right, yeah, exactly. And again, like the rest of you are probably looking at like, okay, Boomer, yeah, sure, yeah, I see that. It's, you know, and then Boomer, it's like maybe it was solar radiation, maybe there was just like a solar flare somewhere.
But yes, we all go chasing Boomer.
But yeah, no, everybody goes chasing Boomer. You begin running, and Boomer, you soon run out of steam. Who's eating chips?
Sorry, I'm eating a fortune cookie because I got Chinese food.
Oh, okay. What? You know that you have to tell us what your fortune is now, right?
Well, I have to eat the cookie first, right? And then I can read my fortune. So.
Fortune.
I actually do it the reverse order. I break it open, read the fortune, then eat the cookie.
Oh, I thought you had to eat the cookie first for the fortune to come true. Otherwise, if you read it beforehand, you can not eat the cookie, and then the fortune doesn't apply, right?
By the way, yes, Matt, we all got it.
We got.
So
I'll let you know when the fortune is ready to be read.
Boomer, eventually, you run out of steam, and you don't see it again, but maybe there was just a particular, like, short-range burst that happened to penetrate whatever layers and layers of rock you're on, but it's clear that you're not going to get out there today. But it was there, Boomer. The faint glimmer light at the end of the tunnel was there. Eventually you will have the internet again.
Okay. It was there. I swear. It was there.
Fantastic.
It's okay, Boomer. It's okay.
Yeah, Hiapo's like... Fantastic.
Nice.
So, one more day of rations that I assume you all take from Hiapo.
Do we do the luck save first?
I eat my last one.
Well, yeah, you eat your last one, and then and Oscar already got his, so we're up to 10 out of 24. You guys are gonna succeed this no problem. So I need one more person to help out Hiapo, and if it rolls, everything goes perfectly swimmingly.
Hey guys.
But we didn't do a luck save for that roll for that day.
Oh, you're totally right. Yeah, roll a luck save for that day. Yeah.
No, hey, this is a
Fortune,
good thing.
please.
Okay.
Okay.
See, I told you it's a good thing.
Okay.
Guys.
Yeah, so there's one success. So I think that
That's
since
still
I did
below chance.
So I think that the one success will grant you maybe you guys find some eggs in this room with the bats that you're able to like crack open and fry up.
Nice.
These bats are not mammals, obviously. They're actually more reptilian, probably,
Okay.
as is everything on this planet. And so yeah, they probably lay eggs. You find a nest. Oscar, you probably like stepped on some and you grabbed them. And Fortune, maybe you're like, oh yeah, no, totally. And you light the fire and you guys cook up some eggs. And
Yeah,
you guys have
he's-
rations for this day, so you don't have to use any Hiapos.
He's
Yay!
like plucking them off the ceiling above them with his
Yeah, because
psionics.
they're like adhered to the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Cool. Excellent. So now somebody help out Hiapo. Perhaps the last day you'll be stuck.
Okay,
the tunnels.
experts, please.
Yeah,
Yes,
I now
please.
have a 2 in navigation,
Yeah.
so I can do that if you want.
Yeah. Navigate
Go,
the
please.
way out of here. Go.
for it.
Well, the way I've been rolling, it probably won't, but I at least get 2 chimes.
It's true.
We all believe.
Meh.
That's a success. We'll see if MVP Hiapo. Yep, he passed too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
got
go.
+1.
You're like navigating, and you're checking your instruments, and Boomer, you're still like standing on one leg with like your arm like way up in the air, trying to like hit buttons and get signal again. Everybody roll one last luck saving throw.
Oh my god, I've failed every time. I've never passed.
Okay.
Oh my
Guys,
Take the wrong turn and go back into the tunnel.
god. No, we came out, but we're on the other side of the planet.
Yeah, we are now.
yeah. I forgot to turn the oven off when we were...
Right, you guys hear a rumble and an explosion coming from hundreds and hundreds of miles behind you. And you realize that the core is now exploded and it's just gone nuclear and everything is dead. And now you have to survive on this planet for the rest of your campaign.
No, I was gonna say that the world we we were far enough down that it fractured the planet, and
Yeah.
the core is now cooling.
We just see the space shot of the planet just cracking in half and floating away.
So I'm just gonna leave my character here, and
Yeah. No, I think that all of you during this day, and Hiapo too, you hear a noise coming from up ahead that, because perhaps you've been underwater or under land for so long, underground is what I meant
Wait,
to
we're
say.
underwater too?
Jesus Christ.
Damn it.
My brain couldn't work. Where I was going with that is you hear the sound of running water. It sounds like a creek or maybe a small stream. And as you guys kind of come out into a large cavern, you see rays of light, natural sunlight shining through this big open crater. And so like you're in like an underground cavern, but there is a small like stream of water that is pouring into this hole that's up top, and pouring into this small like little lake, and there's a creek that's running down. And for the first time in let's see, it is technically May the 2nd. For the first time in about almost 3 weeks, you guys can see sunlight again.
I'm gonna go take a shower.
Yeah, and Boomer, once you guys exit once you get closer and closer to this area and you exit into, and everybody can notice this as well, you begin to receive signal again on your communication devices. It's still faint, as if maybe perhaps you're far away from the nearest tower, but it is technically possible to send messages from here. So what do you guys do?
Hooray!
We just weep tears of joy.
I strip naked and I go take a shower.
Yeah.
Underneath the water falling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably the first time that any of us have been able to bathe in
No, it
how
absolutely
long?
has. Almost 3 weeks.
Oscar runs toward the water and teleports out of his armor into it.
Yeah, the armor's just like standing there and it
It's
collapses
just-
to
yeah,
the ground.
Yep, it just falls in a heap.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful. That's beautiful. I like it.
You just appear underwater.
There's a small like rumble in the water because something has
Yep.
added its volume to the
Yep.
the lake
Little ripples. just on the
instantaneously.
surface.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Gogo immediately starts washing her hair.
Yeah, like,
That's all she's wanted to do.
yeah, absolutely. Everybody's
Because
just
it's legitimately green now, rather
Yeah,
than just
it's
the
actually
entire
stiff.
green.
right.
And
yeah.
like as she's undoing the braid, well, I was gonna say like you do, but you guys probably wouldn't know this, but your hair just hurts really bad. Like if you've ever had your hair in a ponytail or in a braid for a really long time and you start to undo it, your whole head just aches. And so as she's like going through that, as she's undoing her hair and then trying to
Yeah,
and soak it in the water.
you undo the braid and your hair's literally just sticking out, like in that little
Yeah,
wavy
it's- yeah.
wavy pattern because it's been curled up.
it's
for,
like
3
straw
weeks.
at this point. Yeah.
It's like a hard piece of plastic attached to your head. Yeah,
That sounds wonderful.
absolutely.
Good times.
Boomer, are you attempting to get as close to the surface as possible so you can be on the internet again?
Yeah,
Yes.
Boomer is unconcerned with his smell.
Yeah.
He has internet.
Yeah, and I think Hiapo's first mention, instead of bathing himself, he probably like takes a huge handful and just starts to drink deeply because it's been a long time since you guys have had fresh water as well. So after everyone has like gone through their revelries and
Better question, Oscar,
Uh-huh.
is this the first time you've been completely out of your armor since we've known you?
it's a good point.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we have seen other ones of you now, though.
Yeah, you've seen Sriek.
That's correct.
Yeah, but we haven't seen Oscar out of his armor, so it's probably taking some notes of like, oh, so that's what Oscar looks like.
It's like he looks like many of the other Sriek that you saw because you were especially because you were kind of in his home territory before. except it's like, if you see like a really old crab or lobster or something, and they just have those gnarly marks all over their shell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the equivalent of scars.
He's like...
You've lost a scrap or two. Or one scrap or two, depending on what the other guy looked like.
A lot of them have probably turned out the way that the previous notable one did.
Yeah.
Where he technically won because he didn't die. But
Right.
Yeah. So he's been through some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
clearly.
Absolutely. Cool. And so, as if on cue, as you all are like drying off, maybe a couple of you are like washing your your jackets or your other dirty clothes, or just at least getting them rinsed off so that they're not filthy and dirty. Maybe washing the blood off some of your faces. Some of you have it.
Stitching holes in some of our clothes.
Yeah, the system has caught up enough where simultaneously, basically all of your communication devices and devices that require technology begin going off. So it's this like cacophony inside of this echoey cavern of like hardcore jazz. I assume that's
yes,
Gogo's
that is her ringtone. Yes. Good.
Yeah. Whatever Shriekian music sounds like, if that's what your ringtone is, or if it's just the simple, beeps. There's some hula music going off from Hiafo's compad. Boomer, you have a moment to observe. Or I guess what is it? Is it like hard rock for you, like AC/DC type music for you, Fortune?
It's probably just a simple beep for every message, so it's just like beep 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 beep.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. So Boomer, you've had a moment to look. Most of it is just routine shit, right? Like most of it is just like normal, hey, bills are due or whatever. But I think like the important ones is like now that you have Signal again, the time updates, right? Like it rolls over and it's like, oh, this is the actual star date now. And you see now, like, confirm now that you've spent like almost 3 weeks underground. And who knows what the hell has gone on in that time. But
Jordan.
it is indeed May the 2nd. Yes.
You should switch back to chat for Twitch.
Should I?
Like for the rolls and stuff. There we go.
Oh no, yeah, I got it. I saw it.
I'm just trying to help.
I thought you meant somebody was talking on chat.
No, just...
Yes, so, Boomer, you've had a moment to kind of absorb all of this. And so what's the first thing you do once you have, like, the ability to interact with the outside world again? This is for Boomer, since everybody else would be less attentive to this.
After going through a lot of his messages and seeing like the time update, he would just kind of call out, "All right, guys, just so we're all aware, it's currently May 2nd. Bills due."
Right, yeah. 2 months of maintenance is due now.
Hooray!
Oh God, Stanley.
And Chan.
And Omelet, yeah.
At that point, he's just kind of leaning back, realizing, well, we can't send a message to this ship because there's no one actually there to receive it, or well, anyone who knows how to open it anyway.
Who knows? Maybe Stanley's eaten Omelet at this point.
It's a possibility.
we have no idea how Stanley was supposed to get,
or vice versa,
or vice versa. Yeah.
That is very true. We could actually end up going back and finding, both of them dead. Because Gogo wasn't there to tell him to eat.
No, I think she did tell Chan to take care of himself. I think that was said.
Yeah, it was.
There was a lot of sadness in that. In that statement, Megan.
But if you ran out of food, you didn't tell him to go get food.
It's almost like Megan forgot how bad that whole shit is.
Yeah, I forgot about that for a little bit.
How free it is not having to take care of another human being, right?
Yeah. However, on that point, Go-Go, once you finally get around to looking at your messages, there is a message from the ship ID addressed to you.
Uh-huh. Go on.
And
I read it.
yeah, you open it up, and it's in a completely different language.
Is it a Chan selfie? Aw.
It's in a completely different language, but you recognize the syllables as being Paphosian. And you send it through the translator that Boomer has cooked up at this point, or found, or whatever. And it probably says, my greatest apologies, Overseer, but I feel it is my necessity to send this message to you. I require a reply, or I will be forced to turn myself over. They are at the doors. I know not what to do. Please reply.
What was the timestamp on this?
When the timestamp comes back on it, it's right around the time that you guys got trapped. Maybe like the same day or day after.
Hooray!
Yeah.
So obviously Gogo's face just drops, and she half-heartedly decides whether to send a message back, and if so, what it should say.
You cool, Oscar?
I don't think so. Oh, maybe.
Okay, I heard up to.
there he is.
I heard up to. I know not what to do.
No, that's basically it. He said that they were at the doors, and the timestamp on the message was about the same day, probably, that you guys got trapped. And there's been no further communication since that message.
And we don't know who they are, which is perfect.
Yep. I think even though she knows it's probably useless, she sends a message back that just says, "We're alive, stay put. Please message me back if you get this."
Sure, yeah. You send it, and it sends into the aether, and is received by the ship. You get a received message, but you don't get an immediate response or anything.
Of course.
Maybe Stanley ate all the intruders.
Attack Stanley.
One can only dream, right? Hiapo, however, is feverishly messing with his compad.
Yeah.
And I think that at one point, you hear him just begin to laugh, just uncontrollable laughter, and you can hear another voice. He's actually physically communicating with someone on his compad.
Nice.
And he's like, Booma, can you give the coordinates for this place?
I give him the coordinates.
Yeah, sure. And you see him relay it back into his compad, and he just you see the message, you hear the person probably give some form of acknowledgement, and Diablo just turns it off, and he just continues to laugh uncontrollably and rolling on the ground, that stress relief, no, everything's going to be fine. We survived, somebody's on their way, can't even control himself because he's so happy.
How far are we from the ship?
Well, that's a great question. Based on the coordinates that you were given, you're probably about 50 miles or so. 50 kilometers, I'll say, since this is all metric system.
Okay.
Nice.
So you didn't come up too far away, luckily.
Yeah. It's about 3 days, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys were mostly on an upward path instead of an outward path, so
Yeah.
that was beneficial to you. So, does a group of you just await arrival of transportation?
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you know how long they're gonna take to get here? Asking Ayapo.
Yeah, he's like, with the ship they bring, maybe an hour? Maybe 2?
Well, we should probably get to the actual surface then.
He kind of like looks up and he nods and he's like, yes, it'd feel good to have the sun on my face again.
Well, get dressed and
Yeah.
let's head out.
Absolutely. So you guys make the arduous kind of climb up to the hole in the crater, which isn't too bad. The group of you is able to do it, and I think just perfectly, right? As like somebody's like grabs Hiapo's hand, he slips off and dies. I'm just
Rude.
kidding. That's not what happens.
Ayapo's the last one out, and he gets dragged back down by a lizard man, and we all
Yeah.
mourn as he gets
Actually,
eaten.
a giant Death Adder just like crashes into the tunnel and eats him whole. Yep.
Yeah.
Not really. That's not what happens. You pull him up out, and you can hear now the sound of what sounds like a ship of some sort. Just the kind of screeching, humming noise as it comes, and kind of you see it like circle your location and then kind of descend. And it's a rainforest planet, right? So it's like very condensed here. But where this big crater is in the ground, there's enough room where the ship can come down and land. And when the bay door opens on the ship, it like slides to the side. I think that there's a couple individuals that come out, and some of them have like kind of rudimentary, well, not rudimentary, but like TL3 machine guns, like kind of just on a strap like on them. And Hiapo like runs up to them and greets them, and then you see getting out from the ship is Chan, and he's holding a creature under his arm that is very clearly Stanley, and he looks like scared as he like gets out, like, and you see like somebody's like pushes him to get out of the hovercraft thing, and he looks around and he sees the group of you, and he like head down approaches you, Oscar, and just presents Stanley to you.
Awesome. Yeah, I just maybe I like bow a little in return and just take the book from him.
Yeah, and you
I say thank you, Chan. Have you been well?
And so he says, in his rudimentary knowledge of English, he says, yes, I have. The Stanley is okay, I think. I know not what he eats.
He is fine, I am sure. It is good to see you, Chan.
Yes. And he walks over to Gogo, and he...
I was going to say,
immediately-
halfway through that, though, Gogo's side, Tackle hugs him as he's, like, having a conversation.
It is good to see you.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yep. She's like, Jen, you're alive!
Yeah, and I think, like, he doesn't know what to do. Like, he, like, freezes and, like, can't move. Like, he's, like, in shock.
Yeah, Gogo's slightly delirious, too. She's just happy that she's out, and she's happy that he's alive, and she's happy. And so she, like, holds him at, like, arm's length, like, holds both of his shoulders, and she's like,
Yeah, he's, like,
I'm
his
sorry.
arms are,
And then
like,
she just lets go of him and, like, steps back.
Yeah, his arms are, like, tucked in as close to his body as possible, and his knees are, like,
Yeah.
locked together, and he's,
Yep.
like, just standing there, like, he's actually, like, visibly shaking, like, afraid or maybe overwhelmed
Yeah.
that occurred.
Yep. So, like I said, she, like, is holding him by his shoulders, then she drops her arms, like, from him, and she's like, I'm sorry, I'm just happy. And then just like steps back from him.
Yeah, and I think he says, Overseer Gogo, it is, I am glad you are well. I would have preferred that I was not assigned to another overseer.
Aw, Jan.
Yeah, and that's like the best he can do to like express gratitude at you being alive.
Yep.
Boomer's wiping fake tears from his eyes.
We're probably all behind him wiping fake tears from our eyes.
Yeah, absolutely. So I assume you guys load up in the vehicle, and it takes off. And finally, not only are you not underground any longer, but you are in the air, flying above the treetops, and you can see finally, for the second time ever, the beauty of this planet. It's very green in color and has a lot of vegetation. You can see flocks of like large birds flying around, and no one would understand the like deep, dark, scary underneath of this planet just from the outside.
Yeah.
And I think that's like the vision as you guys like fly in and you arrive at the facility again, which is basically there's a large crowd like awaiting you guys to descend, and as you descend and the door opens, there's just a loud cheering of hundreds of voices just shouting and clapping and hooping and hollering and congratulating the group of you on being alive, basically on surviving.
Little do they know that we explored most of the complex, and then
yeah, so I think that Hiapo now being like he's traumatized obviously by what has occurred, but this is something that he knows, and so he immediately, even maybe on the ride back, is like embroiled in conversation with, you know, what's happened in the past few days. We've been you know, making our way through the underground, you know, there were all these crazy things that happened, and I think that once you guys touch down, you're brought into like a conference room where you can see there is and actually, Fortune, you notice this probably before anybody else. There are other ships on the landing pad, next to your ships, like at the other landing docks. You recognize them immediately as ships belonging to none other than the Claris group. They are actually like Claris group mercenary ships. Small ones, not quite like the big frigates and stuff. They're clearly like personnel transports.
Yeah.
And as you may be like, that's weird. But you know they're also in the same system, right? Like they could have been called upon very quickly to respond.
Okay.
Because they're the Megis, you're in the Rupali system, which is where their home base is.
Yes.
So it would not be out of the realm of possibilities that they're like, hey, Claris group, we have a very bad situation, we need some help, and phone in home, right?
Yeah.
So you guys are brought into a conference room, and as I've described them before, although that was many weeks ago, so perhaps you forget, there are two figures. One is a man who's standing kind of cross-armed. He's looking like through these glass windows at that command center type thing that was there previously. And he's got the straight grayed flat top haircut. He's basically Duke Nukem. For those, if you want a reference, he's basically Duke Nukem.
An older Duke Nukem.
And beside him, kind of fiddling idly with it's not a mono knife. It's a little bit bigger than that. It's like a Bowie knife size knife, but it's clearly like mono. And kind of like idly fiddling with the tip and like probably picking her fingernails. Is a woman with
that's a brave soul.
Yeah, absolutely. Is a woman with kind of long black hair that's in a ponytail. But even the ponytail, like, it goes up behind her head, and then her hair still comes back down to, like, maybe her mid-back. And she glances over at you as you come in, and she's got one cybernetic eye with a little blue iris. And you can see now that her hand that's operating the mono knife is also cybernetic, although it's covered with, like, fake skin, basically, so it doesn't appear cybernetic at first glance, but just the mechanical way that it moves, you can tell. She sees the group of you walk in, and she uses her left hand to, like, hit the Duke Nukem guy on the back, and he turns around, and he's like, Fortune. It's good to see that you are alive. When I had heard that you and he looks at the rest of you, crew were in distress, I decided to oversee the operation personally.
Hold on, let me see if I wrote this guy's name down. I think I might have.
I think you did too.
It would appear I did not.
Okay. I didn't either, and if I did, it's in this group of all of these different things. Nope, that's siege stuff. Yeah, I don't have it. Hold on, I just found some other notes that I forgot that I wrote. Anyway, doesn't matter. So,